Welcome to Redacted, a show about video games and video game related things. This week I have EJ.
Hello.
And Tim.
Yo, yo, yo.
And I'm Sean. So we'll go into the weekly releases. There's really nothing coming out except a couple of PC titles. It's Necopara Volume 1, December 29th. The Battles of King Arthur for January 1st. And Fake Colors on January 1st. I have no clue what any three of those games are.
Neither do I.
They don't exist. They're just titles.
I've heard of Necopara. I've never played any of the games. So I'm sure if I saw it, I'd recognize it from...
I didn't know Crayola was making games.
Well, if we want to go into the news, there's the big story this week was PSN and Xbox Live going down for, 3 days?
Xbox Live went down.
Was it 3 days?
It was
PSN was 3 days.
PSN was 3 days, yeah, because they were down for the DDoS attack, and then after that they didn't bring their system back up immediately. They were working on trying to resolve those issues, which is a good and bad. It really didn't start coming back up until yesterday afternoon, being December 27th.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon.
I mean, it was up. It was up early in the morning. I stayed up late that night just because insomnia, and I saw that the network was back up online, and I got into Destiny and played a little around in there. But then I logged off, went to bed, got up, and it was axed again.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine who was able to get on in the wee hour. I guess like
4 or 5 in the morning.
I think he lucked out at somewhere closer to like 7 or 8. Happened to get on 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and just stayed logged in all day. Like he at one point he got off of Destiny, went and watched a movie, but left his PS4 logged in, so that he didn't have the same connection problems. And then he texts me, he's like, "Hey, hop in Destiny, I'm on." I spend the next 2 hours alternating between watching a show and trying to log in. And I just gave up.
Yeah.
And then I think it was around 7 or 8 o'clock. They finally, PS3 and PS Vita, you were able to log in after about noonish. But the PS4 was still down for a while. And after about 7 o'clock, everything started to slowly come back online.
Yeah, I remember getting on around 6 o'clock. I had dinner, and then I tried to get on, and lo and behold, I get on.
Yeah.
I get my Destiny time in.
Along with that goes for anyone who plays Destiny, Xur. Bungie announced that Xur would be around till Monday night, I think 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Pacific time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So for anyone on the Eastern Seaboard, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock. Yeah,
1
it's
o'clock.
1 o'clock in the morning. And Rockstar announced that the Christmas event that they're running, the snow and GTA 5 and everything, all of the special items will be extended a couple of days because there's a lot of people that didn't get a chance to experience that.
Yeah.
Which is really very cool.
Yeah, I tried logging in. I found out about this DDoS attack on Christmas because I went to log in because I wanted to see the tower.
Yeah.
And in Christmas, and I wanted to go roam the worlds in Christmas. And
did Destiny
nothing.
do anything specific?
I think they just decorated the tower a little bit.
Did they? Well,
because
I completely missed that.
They sent out a tweet on Christmas Day, or something like, "Come check out the tower." Like you can take a stroll around the Christmas themed tower or something like that. And then the flood of replies coming in of "we can't sign in."
Yeah. It would have been nice if they would have extended that a couple of days just to see it. I mean, it's like stuff like that is really cool. Like Guild Wars, they used to do that sort of stuff where like the common areas would be all dressed up for whatever holiday, Halloween, Christmas, all that stuff. And that's always a really cool thing to see. But it also doesn't really change a whole lot. V and I were playing Borderlands Pre-Sequel yesterday. They've got their whole Mercenary Day thing, which is, I guess, that world's Christmas. And like, there wasn't a whole lot of change except from what we had seen, except for a lot of the containers you open, like for all the loot chests and stuff, have like little bows on them.
Yeah,
which was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really like overtly and like just out there and in your face. And then GTA 5, both of my apartments had like a Christmas tree and gifts under it,
and it was snowing.
And and that's the funny thing: the snow affects the handling.
Oh yeah,
which is awesome. That is really, and this is the second year in a row they did that.
I didn't think it snowed last year.
It did.
Did it?
One day. I think it was.
Yeah, they extended it this year because everything was down.
I think they also.
Snowball fights.
Yeah,
also
I haven't figured out how to get the snowballs though. No clue.
Shovel.
You have to. Oh, okay. You have to use the shovel. Okay, that makes sense.
I have no idea.
I was gonna say there isn't a there's a hatchet. I don't think there's a shovel weapon.
I was just going off of Minecraft. Use a shovel.
Yeah,
grab snowballs.
Yeah.
I don't think you buy the snowballs and the ammunition.
I checked ammunition. Didn't
Of
see
course.
it. Didn't see them. That was my first thought. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on with the Christmas stuff.
Plus all the Christmas items in the store, or the clothes were terrifying this year.
Oh yeah,
They're even better. The penguin head was good. The gingerbread mask was horrifying.
Yeah, no, the gingerbread mask is crazy.
That's the most perfect serial killer mask I've ever seen in my life.
Well, yeah, you know what? What heists? We need the gingerbread masks and we need boiler suits
And the penguins.
and the penguins.
We can have someone be a penguin wearing a tuxedo.
wearing a.
Do you know the man?
That's the
The
person.
Muffin Man.
Lives on Gingerbread Lane.
Whoever's dressed up as the penguin has to be like the ringleader. He has to be the one orchestrating everything.
It's just like henchmen of deranged gingerbread men.
Yeah. But you know, the outage was a real problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially everyone getting systems for Christmas.
Well, there's we got my brother a PS4 for the holiday, and then you know, a lot of it, I actually had a couple days off that I wanted to spend gaming, and that just completely blew that idea out.
Oh no, we had to go play Steam games.
Oh no. Well, we got on Xbox Live.
We
Christmas
did, yeah,
night.
we did.
We played some Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3, yeah.
Which was really good.
It is fun. I had not played that yet, and once I get some stuff leveled up, that should be a lot more interesting.
You should play it single player. You'd like it.
I probably would, yeah. It's one of those games that I've always looked at and kind of wanted to play. I just never got into it. Like Far Cry 4 is one of the games I'm looking at getting.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's just I have so much other stuff right now. Speaking of which, I think I don't know if you guys saw, I posted in the productions page.
You posted how much money you've spent on games.
It's also a list. There's a list of the games lower.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because I scrolled through and all I got was your account information.
Really?
Yeah. You should
I'll have to copy
change
the page.
that.
I'll have to copy the full page. There's I'll put it in the link dump.
Because we can get to it just because through our friends list and see your friends page.
Yeah.
Get your games list on your friends page, but the one that you linked us was just a tally of your game library's worth.
Yeah.
No, wait, there it is.
Yeah,
It's
slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was just like
but it's that website.
It's an itemized list of games.
The way that page works is once you sign into your account and you copy over your user code, it analyzes what you've spent and how
long you've been in it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've spent 104 hours playing Saints Row the Third.
Yes, I have.
You spent 42.8 hours playing Saints Row 4. 36 hours playing Gary's mod.
People don't want to.
You played 33 hours playing Catzilla.
33 hours of Catzilla. Oh, the Catzilla is a program. So it may have sat open on my computer. It just registers how long.
I don't know what the hell
active.
that is though.
It's a benchmarking program.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it is.
I didn't see the application tag. I thought it was just something called Catzilla.
No, it is a benchmarking program. It's a very graphical intensive.
What's the bottom of the list look like?
But it's not bad. But no, the way that site works, once you put in your code, you hit the get disappointed in your life, and that tells you how much money you've spent, how many hours you've spent.
You spent 1 minute playing Euro Truck Simulator.
The first one, the second one, I've got I think at least I want to say 3 or 4 hours on.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, that's a thing that is happening.
14.3.
14.3 hours.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, so my Steam library is not quite as impressive. Most of mine's in.
I've also had my Steam
PS3.
library like 6 years, and it took a couple of years before I actually found the Steam sales. For instance, the one going on now.
Yeah. Like I've had Steam for a while, but I've just never really have used it.
games not played 112, which is 74% of your Steam library.
Well, here's what happens: the Steam sales go on. They come up with really good prices for stuff that I'm already interested in. I buy it, and then I proceed to not play it because there's so much other stuff I have to play first.
That's what Steam does to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible people.
Yeah. My list of times are not very impressive on this. Because I don't really play a whole lot of Steam.
Sounds like your cat's boiling over.
And it doesn't track all of my time in the Impossible game because I have the Impossible game over 3 systems.
Yeah, well, that's
Just multiply
that's
it by
the thing that
3.
won't happen.
No, because the one that I spent most of the time was at
Extra Life, where that was literally running for 24 hours.
Oh wow.
Yep.
But yeah, getting back to other games, Halo 5 Guardians beta, the closed beta.
For preview members and something else. I don't remember.
Now that goes live, I want to say the 29th.
I thought it was the 4th. Or is it through the 4th?
I think it's the 29th through the 4th. Yeah, please look it up because I need to know, because I need to figure out how I can steal away any time to invest in that, because I found out that you don't get a code with it when you buy it. It's based off of the disc. So because I own the disc, I have access to the beta. So I feel less like a bad for buying it the way I did, which is used. Which I don't normally endorse, but I was broke.
Tomorrow, it's the 29th.
Endorse.
Endorse.
Indoors. We're inside.
It's true. We are inside.
Totally forgot I had 45 hours played in Torchlight 2. Because it's so much fun. I'll throw it out there. Torchlight 2 is better than Diablo 3.
What was the one you were suggesting we look
Path of
into?
Exile?
Path of Exile, and that's a Diablo 3 clone.
Diablo 2 clone.
Diablo
technically.
2 clone. Okay.
It starts tomorrow and it runs through the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
good. So
Which
that
means I'll get to play it here
yes
at some point.
Yes.
Yes.
That also means that I won't have to. I'll be able to play over a weekend as opposed to just stealing away whatever time I can at night when I get home from work. But I'm super excited for that game. We were looking at some of the gameplay footage a little earlier.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the new character models are cartoony or it's just the 60 frames that's screwing
the new
with
character
me.
models don't look really terribly different from what they released in Halo 4.
It might have been because it was midship and everything there looks all...
It was midship. Everything was very shiny.
Yeah.
The 60 frames when you spent as much time in the older Halo
that might have been it.
engines, the new 60 frames is almost jarring how smooth it is.
Yeah. I didn't like how the energy sword looked.
Yeah, that was the energy sword.
Didn't
looks
look like a
boffer
sword
weapon.
so much as just like fat.
Yeah, it looks like a boffer weapon. It looks like a piece of like foam or plexiglass that's just kind of cut and say, oh look, it's the sword from the Halo.
I'm also
movies.
not a terrible fan of them adding in like pulled in aiming. Because
See,
I always thought it was accurate enough. At least with the battle rifle, the stuff that didn't have it before.
I'm really a big fan of it, especially after seeing some of what they did with like the pistol.
Yeah.
So actually seeing some of the down rail sights and the scopes
Yeah.
and whatnot they've added in. But again, I've been playing a lot more Destiny than you have, so I'm a little more used to that.
Well, I've
and
played
it seems very similar.
a stupid amount of Call of Duty in my life, so I'm used to. I generally prefer rail sights, but with Halo, I feel they've got the game working so well without them that they didn't need to add it just for the sake of that's what everyone else is doing.
You're a Porsche fan.
No,
You're a Porsche fan of Halo.
no.
I want something different, but I don't want it to change.
No. I'm not going to buy a $250 wife beater with the Halo logo on the back of it.
No, dude, you don't. The Top Gear version of the, the Porsche fan, I want something different, but I don't want it to change.
I know what you're talking about. I was taking a shot at Porsche's clothing line.
I'm taking it, and you're not granting the gravitas of my shot at you.
Taking your power away from you. You're talking about the American Top Gear, right?
No.
No, it's bad.
Just like EJ.
Oh, that's not entirely correct.
It's absolutely correct.
Well,
I have to shove my words in here somehow because I'm not going to be talking about Halo.
No, you're not.
You turned your mic back on to do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about that. Now that game is there's not an official release date, right? It's just what was it, December 2015 right now, or holiday 2015 at the moment?
I don't even think it was a holiday. I thought it was just like a quarter
Yeah, fourth quarter. Yeah.
Fourth quarter. Let me look.
Well, I mean, historically, they've released Halo games in, I want to say November, if I remember correctly. It's either September.
Yeah, it was always November.
No. Halo 3 was September.
Was it?
Yeah, it was late September.
I like how Wikipedia is just begging for money.
Yeah.
Quarter 4, 2015.
Quarter 4, which still puts it in
It's
that.
probably going to be holiday.
Yeah, it probably is.
Oh, actually, no, probably November.
Probably. Well,
historically, almost all of them were November.
Yeah, I could swear.
Reach was November.
Mm-hmm. Master Chief Collection was November.
ODST, I don't
remember when.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't remember when ODST was.
They were both, yeah. Halo 1, 2, and 3. 3 was September.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Where's ODST? ODST was also September.
Okay. But it's always like third to fourth quarter.
Yeah. It was end of September.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. So. You guys got anything else you want to bring up? Kojima trolling?
Kojima completely trolled everyone on Christmas. He apparently had a live stream where he just talked. He said he had a major announcement to make, and he just spent it talking about like the development of Metal Gear Solid 5. And at the end, he was like, "Oh, and here's the announcement." And he just pulled up a picture of Snake wearing a chicken hat that you can have in game, and that was the announcement.
Now, if I remember correctly, he's done stuff like that multiple times.
Oh, that's pretty much what all of his press conferences look like.
But what was it? Squeenix is starting to do that now. What with the.
Yes, I like it. I like the fact that Square Enix is doing it only because it's crushing everyone's hopes. And it's hilarious.
And it fills me with great joy to watch people's hopes and dreams be crushed. Especially about Final Fantasy VII.
Or at least released in 15-year-old graphics.
That's. I mean, I get it's only like a $16 game, but it's a direct PC port.
Yeah, it's a 15. No, when the port came out a year after. The PC port?
Something like that.
It's like a 14-year-old port of a 15-year-old game. I don't even think it's getting a graphical boost because I don't think they see the point.
Nah, I remember playing it on PC, and
I hope they change everything in it though. Just here's the game, except here's a sphere grid. That would be hilarious.
You're all up on the sphere grid.
It's the first one that came to mind.
I've never played any.
10's my favorite.
I've never played any
like
of the
Sphere Grid
Final
the best.
Fantasy games for more than like 3 hours. Honestly,
Yeah.
They never.
So you
really
never got
grabbed
past the introduction?
They never really grabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never really grabbed me. I just couldn't. I couldn't get past whatever initial starting stuff, and I would just get bored and I'd walk away.
I love RPGs.
I like
RPGs or JRPGs?
I like RPGs.
RPGs, ass. Damn it.
No JRPGs for you?
They're RPGs. I don't like.
No.
I don't like the distinction.
Some people differentiate.
I don't like the distinction of JRPGs. I think that's a bastardization of the genre that started RPGs.
Yes.
So I don't understand. I don't like that like ARPGs are being called RPGs and then JRPGs are getting the subclassed.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah,
I get it. Well, I think over there it's the other way around. It's just where you are.
Well, when I think of when somebody comes up to me, is like, "Hey, do you want to play an RPG?" I'm thinking like a turn-based, or it could even be like RTS, but it's still like that straight-up role-playing game, and not I'm going to swing a sword around and like run at things.
Yeah, no, see. I'm kind of like RPGs, like the old school RPGs, or we'll use the JRPG moniker because if I put that out, unfortunately, and you're right, if I put that out, people will understand the gameplay differential I'm talking about. I like RPGs. I like the story. I like the spec, specking out the different characters, all that sort of stuff. I'm much more in the realm of like the Fallout series, first person shooter RPG hybrid. Yeah. I very much like that because I started out gaming as a first person shooter. Like that was my main thing. So that really was able to get me more into the RPGs in general. And you just saw the post I put up not too long ago. I really want a first person shooter RPG with or without MMO. I don't care. But I want a good, and I mean a good, Shadowrun or Ghost in the Shell RPG first-person shooter. I don't want a goddamn arena shooter. I don't want you to like skin everything and go, oh look, it's Ghost in the Shell. Now go just point base and shoot everything. I'm like, I want an actual story. I want to do shadow runs.
Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yeah, but I want.
You want the franchise?
I want the franchise.
You
for
just
one.
want the name,
and I really would like. Again, it doesn't have to be MMO. Squad based. Borderlands style, 3, 4, or 5 people, whatever. I would like to see that set up. God damn it! Somebody make that, please. I will throw money at them.
Well, Neopal really hasn't said anything about the Ghost in the Shell shooter.
There's a lot of speculation that it's going to be an arena shooter.
Yeah, there's what you said. I can't remember words, stroke, but all we have so far is the trailer.
True.
That's all we have from the Ghost in the Shell shooter.
It's possible that might wind up being just like, oh, that was the trailer for the multiplayer mode,
which would be really cool.
That's a weird thing to lead a game off with, though.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
It wouldn't be, but but usually with those trailers, they specify that this is the trailer for the multiplayer and say that there's story incoming.
Titanfall and Call of Duty, that wouldn't be the case.
That's fair.
But then
also Evolve.
Well,
Evolve started off as just like, oh, it's just this one map, and now it has like 19 game modes and kind of a story mode. It's got like 4 game modes. But
speaking of which, my sister pre-ordered 4 copies of that. Yeah, that's what she does. No, she pre-ordered that, and that was one of the gift miss presents each of us got, because all 4 of us came. Like, now that my brother has a PS4, we can all do that.
Yeah.
So
can all evolve.
We can all evolve, or we can all GTA 5, or we can all Borderlands 2, or pre-sequel, or 1.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping like there's more to it than just the arena, like Team Fortress style shooter.
That's what I don't want to see, because I mean it happened with Shadowrun. Now there's a 3/4 top down. I think it's a turn base on Steam.
Yeah,
Shadowrun, which looks really cool, but it's not quite what I want.
It's a lot better than a lot of what you got with the old Shadowrun stuff. I could never play it because I was always looking at it on. That wasn't it. That was the that Alien one, not Alien, but some other like 3/4 tactical turn-based like Shadowrun, but it was I can't remember the franchise. It was up for Enemy Unknown.
XCOM, yeah.
XCOM, right. So, well, I mean, Shadowrun.
We were thinking the same thing. I couldn't remember the name either.
Shadowrun Returns came out on Steam not too long ago, and they've got a newer version of that. I guess it's like a 5-mission expansion that's a standalone. And on the Steam sale, it's like $6. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I might just spend the $6 to try it out to see if it's, because if it's something I really like, I'll go buy the other full game. But it's not really what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, I'm hoping we're gonna get a lot more, because Neopal does make a good product, a really good product.
What else have they made?
They're the Japanese Korean parent company of Nexon, I believe. So they do. There's not a whole lot that I can find on or I call it Neopal. It's supposed to be like Neo Play or something like that. But they did Dungeon and Fighter.
Maple Story, Dragon
Story.
Nest, Combat Arms, Vindictus.
Oh, Vindictus.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So they have a good solid track record of making games, making really good games.
Maple Story was huge for a while too.
Yeah.
I mean, and someone was saying there are still people playing that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's kind of in the realm of like Eve now, where if you haven't been playing it for years,
There's no point.
Kind of hard to get into it.
Yeah. Not a lot of good balancing on that.
I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's been around for so long that it's daunting to look at to get into it or get back into it.
Gotcha.
It's like when I'm looking at like when Warlords of Draenor was coming out. I was looking at it because I stopped playing after Wrath of the Lich King. This is World of Warcraft,
right?
But I stopped playing after Wrath of the Lich King, and I went 2 expansions without playing. And I looked at Warlords, and I went, I kind of want to get back into it because I've been hearing good things. I've been hearing that they did a hard reset on a lot of the stats, on how on like the gameplay mechanics of it.
This was the last expansion,
Yeah.
right? The one that
The one that just came
out. Yeah.
Okay.
The one that almost
Easy
crashed
mode.
all their servers.
Yeah.
because they had like an influx of another 4 million players.
Yeah.
But so I was looking at it. I kind of wanted to get back into it, but I was looking at
I was thinking about it too.
at the same point. I was like, but that's 2 expansions that I still have to play through.
Yeah.
Do you have to go through the stories?
You don't. No, you don't have
You
to.
don't have to, but-
especially since they made Warlords kind of easy mode, and you can pay for a level
You can,
90.
yeah, you buy a 90 off the top.
Yeah, I remember that being like a big thing.
Yeah. And if you, I think you got a free level 90 with a pre-order or something like that.
I don't know.
I think I remember seeing that.
So I was kind of intrigued because I wanted to get my shaman back up to 90 or back up to max level, which was 100 now.
It's 100 now, yeah.
But but apparently they've been really janking over shamans.
Okay.
Because they were really, really badass in Wrath, and then it seems like they just kind of been slowly getting the shaft over the expansions. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, see, if I get back into like MMO style RPG, I'll probably end up. I've got a guild in two separate MMOs, but one of them is Star Trek Online, and then the other.
I've heard that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, apparently it's been getting a lot better over the last few
Yeah.
years. I made a character and got the invite to the guild. I don't know, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And like I set up the character and played like the introductory mission or two, and then haven't touched it since. But it's mostly because, like, you know, we have a guild night obviously, so it's like I think Monday or Tuesday night. By the time I get home Monday night, I don't know if I want to sit there and play. So I'm very temperamental about what I want to play when. Yeah. So which it happens. But then there's that, and then what is the Star Wars one?
the Old Republic.
Oh, the Knights of the Old Republic, right? That's one that I've been looking at for a while. Now that it's free to play,
It's also, I think the Old Republic has also been getting gradually better.
Yeah,
that's another one
they
that
actually have
apparently,
Endgame now.
Yeah.
That's another one. I was talking to people who have been in it since like day one. Like, oh yeah, no, now it's definitely it's gotten better.
Like there are things to do.
Although the one complaint that I've seen is with the expansions that have come out, they've veered away from like the individual story per class and just had one constant thread, which I kind of get, but it's also kind of disappointing considering considering just how good the class storylines were in vanilla.
Right.
The Old Republic. It's just kind of disappointing to see him kind of pull away from that. I mean, the story's still good. And I think the last one, Shadow of Revan, really set up like a new story.
Okay.
Because it didn't really have a conclusion so much as what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
But they added better space combat. They had like houses and stuff.
So it's gradually becoming more like the older Star Wars. Like was it Jump to Lightspeed?
Galaxies?
Galaxy, that's what it is. Yeah. Galaxies was an expansion to Jump.
Jump to Lightspeed
was the expansion to Galaxies. That's right.
I don't know. I didn't really play
No,
Galaxies.
if it's comparable to Galaxies, it's comparable to Galaxies after they broke it.
Okay.
Because the way Galaxies was when it launched was great.
Yeah, and I remember playing.
No one was
some of the
force
later
sensitive,
version,
and you had to like quest and figure out how to unlock a force sensitive slot in your, because there's only one character per server.
Oh right.
And permadeath.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know if I.
No. The force sensitive slot was permadeath.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the Jedi was permadeath.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that, but I don't know that I don't recall ever playing a Jedi on that. I forget what I played.
Well, you had to. It took like 6 months to unlock the ability to have a force sensitive character slot open.
Gotcha.
And even then, it didn't need to be a Jedi. You could have just been a force sensitive like smuggler or something.
Okay.
And all your rolls, I guess, would have like quadrupled.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I was too busy playing WoW.
But what they did in the Old Republic is they added, if you maxed out a character or if you hit the cap, they instituted a legacy system.
Okay.
So if you made a new character after that, they could be the child of your previous characters, and you get like stat bonuses and stuff.
Nice.
From that.
Okay, cool. It's
which is really cool.
Not entirely dissimilar from Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel badass points system, which I really like, because as you level up your badass rank, each of your new characters now has upgraded stats, and you can choose to turn them off, which is really cool. But yeah, that's a system that I really liked. I think I've said this before. I like a lot of the RP. I know a lot of people say that the RPG elements for Borderlands is sort of downplayed, and it is.
It is. It's.
But a lot of the things they've done with their RPG style mechanics for that sort of stuff, I really like. Like that, like the badass points, I really like, and
Yeah.
the resettable skill points and the skill trees. I really like the way that all plays out. If someone was going to do a good Cyberpunk FPS MMO, I'd like to see maybe Gearbox not be as cartoony as Borderlands. I want something a little more, probably a lot more serious and less, not the cell shading and all
And
that.
you probably don't want Gearbox making.
Yeah.
Maybe I mean, maybe some of the mechanics I want them doing, because they come up with really good mechanics in my opinion. But yeah, the cartoony end.
I'm just waiting for Neopol to show us what they got.
Yeah, there's not a release date for that yet, is there?
No,
There's not.
there's like nothing.
That was like that was basically a teaser.
It's basically a teaser.
I want.
Be excited for Ghost in the Shell First Connection.
Yeah,
We're not going to announce anything for it for like 4 months.
I want that on the Rift.
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
Just to like see it in action, and not just here's a teaser for it. But yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Because I'll cut this section out right here. But
I got nothing.
you got nothing.
I got absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, Neopol's coming back.
I'm actually looking for the Ghost in the Shell. If anything, can just come out for it.
Yeah. Well, I've already said a lot on DFO, so I don't know.
Probably don't want to mention that we're going to be putting our voices in for consideration on that. So,
Well, they posted on their Facebook page.
yeah,
Everyone knows about it.
anyone who looked at our link dump, yeah. I guess
What do we do?
I posted a link dump that they posted on their Facebook page.
Yeah,
DFO.
DFO's Facebook page announced that they're looking for voices for voicing one character, Danjin. It's one of the vendors.
Ah.
So you're just supposed to read some lines, record some lines, and email it to them. That's basically all it is.
Cool.
Can't wait for that game to come out though. March beta in March.
Okay, well, I mean, there's not really, there's no news. There's not really anything going on, so we'll.
We just had the big stuff, and then
Yeah,
that was it.
There was the big stuff, which everyone knew about already. We delved a little deeper into some of the wants and needs and hopes and dreams of some of the people on this podcast.
And the gaming community as a whole, I think.
You're probably right, especially.
I'll speak for everyone.
You're good at that.
I'm really good at that.
You do that. Send your responses to EJ.
Redacted doesn't have an email address. I should probably get on that. I should probably set up a Redacted email address somewhere.
You should. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably a good thing.
Probably should.
And direct them to the other one.
Yeah, that might get a little messy. So no, let's not do
Okay.
let's not do that.
Until you get one set up.
Yeah, but and so until next week, this has been Sean.
I'm EJ.
I'm Lynch.
Thanks for listening and keep gaming.